Hi, Tyson. I read about Ohio State, and they play Oral Roberts here on Friday. You guys had a pretty competitive game with them at the beginning of the season. I wondered what it was like preparing for them and then trying to contain a guy like Max Abmas, who got off a couple pretty good shots on you guys. What's it like to contain a guy like that?
He's tough. He's a great shooter. I played against Max when I was in high school, when he played at Dallas Jesuit, when I was at Long Island Lutheran. So I was familiar with his game. I knew, he could shoot the ball similar to the way I could shoot the ball. He's been on a tear this week. So, I hope Ohio State, is scouting him the right way. They also have O'Bannon, who's a great player too. They have a great offense. So that should be an interesting game.
All right, Jacob, KWCH.
Tyson, you talk a lot this year about the energy and putting good energy out there. How do you describe the energy for the Shockers right now?
The energy for the Shockers is pure. It's positive. It's in alignment and it's with intention of what we have our goals set. And I think that, just staying in the present moment for us, just not getting caught up in, the outside noise and not getting caught up with people say, oh, how did they make the tournament? Oh, this team should have made it over them. But, that's cool. But at the end of the day, we made the tournament. Now we have the opportunity to, it's in our name, shock the world. So, that's okay. Everybody can say what they want to say, but at the end of the day, it comes down to the 16 guys wearing black and yellow tomorrow.
All righty. Anybody got any other questions for Tyson? All right, Taylor's got one. Go ahead, Taylor.
It looks like coach said that, they have that dribble drive offense. So, point of attack defense, is that what it's going to come down to? Just how important is the guards, containing that dribble drive going to be?
Yeah, going to have to contain the ball. Going to have to keep your guy in front. Help side is going to have to be alert. They have a lot of, blur screens, ghost screens. So it's gonna be a one-on-one defensive game. So everybody has to move their feet. And we got to finish possessions. Got to rebound. Got to rebound the basketball. That's the biggest thing. Rebound the basketball.
All right, Gary Graves.
Yeah, what's the feeling about the seeding and having to be in a play-in game after the kind of regular season that you all had? Does it really matter, or did that surprise you all at all?
Gary, I'm just happy that we got in the tournament. Obviously you wish you don't have to play the playing game, but everything happens for a reason in life. So, the playing game may be a blessing in disguise. At the end of the day, we have to play a game, and that's what the card was drawn, and that's fine. We're gonna play the playing game, and we're gonna give it our all. And what happens after that is what happens.
All right, everybody, we've got about 6 more minutes. Tyson, if you all have any more questions. Any more questions for Tyson?
Thank you, guys.
All righty. Thanks,
Appreciate
Tyson.
it. Everybody stay safe. Enjoy your day.
All right, coming up next will be Alterique Gilbert. And these next players will be, I believe, 5-minute intervals for interviews. If that's correct, right, Brian?
Actually, it'll be Craig Porter at 30. And then we'll I believe Alterique's right after that. I don't have the schedule in front of me either.
Hey, Rick. Here.
Hey.
Oh, okay. John McCoskey.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, Rick, do you have a question or in general?
No,
You just wait for a player.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Porter next.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Greg, you go and unmute yourself there. I think you're muted right now.
I am.
I was talking to. All righty. So with us right now is Greg Porter. Take questions for Greg for about 5 minutes. So let's start with Rick.
Hey, Craig.
Hey, how you doing?
Can you hear me? Hey,
Yeah.
hey, I got to ask, you played basketball growing up your whole life in Indiana, a lot of big games in the state you ever imagined. You get to play an NCAA tourney game in your home state, and how excited are you about it?
It's really exciting, especially being able to have a lot of my family come out and support us as we get to play in this tournament. It's a lot different now with COVID and everything, but it's definitely very exciting just to be able to have it here in Indiana.
All righty, Javon.
What's up, Craig? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So my question is, if I would have told you junior year when you were sitting up in the bleachers, practicing your homework before you could practice, that you'd be a contributing factor to a March Madness team competing in the big dance, what would your response be?
I'd probably look at you with a face I've never made before and call you a liar. But knowing me and knowing myself, I've been through a lot of stuff, so there's no telling what I can do in my life. So very unpredictable.
All righty, Paul Stolentrop.
Hey, Craig, I talked to to Maynard Lewis yesterday, and he told me a little bit about your kind of being a late bloomer, growing a lot before your junior year. Take us through that a little bit, how you kind of progressed through high school.
Going into my freshman year, I was, I think, about 5'1", if I'm being generous, and played on the freshman team. And then sophomore year came, still the same height, small guy. Didn't play my sophomore year, and then that summer going into my junior year, I grew to about 6'1", maybe 6'2", and then I was like, I can't just sit around doing nothing. I might as well go play basketball again. And then I went out. I only got to try out for one day because I was late for my physical, and Maynard put me on the team. He believed in me, and now I'm at the point I'm at now, and he's been there ever since.
So did I understand you right? You didn't play at all as a sophomore?
Mm-mm.
And then clearly you're a big deal in Terre Haute. What kind of a feeling is it for, people to be watching you and really investing a lot in your basketball?
It's a big deal, especially to a lot of people who helped me along the way and believed in me, and especially younger people, because Terre Haute's a small city. Not a lot of people get a lot of opportunities. So I feel like I can be a huge influence to a lot of people and just help them get out of the situation they're in, especially being from their small city.
Alrighty, Rick.
Craig, you spoke of Coach Maynard. He played at Purdue. I know he's awful excited. You get to play an NCAA tourney game at Purdue. What has he told you, and how excited is he about that?
He just was making sure. He told me, he was like, just make sure you get a win in there, and then we can both share that moment and memory forever. And I was like, we're going to try to, Coach. Nothing promised, but with this group of guys, we're going to get everything done that's possible.
Alrighty, Jacob, K2CH.
Yeah, I'm just curious, Craig, being in a Valley city, how much you know about Drake and the history of the Valley and that program and the Shockers back in the day. Do you recall anything kind of the rivalry there?
I definitely know a little bit about the Drake and Wichita State rivalry, but not really a lot, because when I was watching a lot of games, it was when I was younger. But I've seen a lot of games, but more or less against Indiana State and Wichita State. So, but I definitely know a lot about the Valley.
Alrighty, Javon.
Yeah, Craig, you mentioned the youth of Terre Haute. Like, how often, I guess, do you think about the fact that, like, players like you, Jalen Minette, coming out of Terre Haute, like, you guys are, you're role models for people that, had to go through things in their youth. Like, how often do you think of that, or do you think of that at all?
I think about it often, especially when I'm on social media on my off time. Just a lot of younger people who go to my high school and just people from around this area. They reach out to me, ask me questions, how I got to where I'm at, and just any type of advice I can give them, I give them to them, and I just help them out a lot. Just doing whatever I can to help them.
Alrighty, Rick.
Craig, you played on the big stage on the JUCO, winning a national title. How much do you think that will help you handle the bright lights of the NCAA tournament?
I can say I can give my team a little bit of experience from that, and in a lot of different areas from playing. But it'll be a lot different because right now we're in a situation where we have to win to get into the tournament. And at my JUCO, we were like a top 5 team, so it was a lot easier for us to get in the spot, like in the groove of things. So, but this group of guys is special, and we're gonna shock a lot of people.
Alrighty, Devon.
Oh yeah, last thing, Kurt. I just wanted to say that the whole entire city of Terre Haute's riding with you. Your high school teammates, all of us are riding with you. We wish you and your team nothing but the best of luck, and we know you're gonna do good things.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Maybe any other questions for Craig Porter? Yep, Paul's got one. Go ahead, Paul.
Hey, Craig, blocking shots has become a real noticeable part of your game. Tell us a little bit about your knack for doing that.
I don't want to sound cocky or anything, but I would be doing it a lot more. But this year I've been battling a couple of injuries, got some old man knees, and I can't really get the explosion I want. But just being, I guess, an athlete, as they say, I just have a good feel for timing and knowing when to set up plays in order for me to block them. And I just have a feel for the game in a different way that a lot of people don't understand. And it's just something that I guess comes naturally to me.
Alrighty, one more question, Rick. Last question. Rick, you there? Yeah. Alrighty, I guess no more questions for Craig. Alrighty, thanks, Craig.
Thank you. Let me follow Dexter. Merry Christmas, Merry.
Our next up is going to be Alterique Gilbert. All righty. Alterique, go ahead and unmute yourself there.
I got a public service announcement. Alterique Gilbert. So not Alterique, Alterique Gilbert.
As I was telling
Let's all
him,
work together to get it right.
I let that go a long time ago, like 5th grade.
All righty, so all right, let's get started. Questions for Alterique Gilbert. Let's start with Shakira.
Alterique, hey, last time you spoke with us, you talked about this is the moment that a lot of players dream of and hope for. Just walk us through what was the first couple of days like. Even though you guys been limited, what has it been like?
Like you said, yeah, we was limited a lot, just being in the room. But being here alone was just great for us. Just getting to this moment with the guys, just seeing the bracket on the building. And then traveling to the arena to practice was great, getting out the room a little bit. So we're really excited for this opportunity, and I think a lot of the guys are looking forward to it.
Alrighty, Gary.
Alterique, I guess when you look at the season with some of the pauses and the winning streak, I mean, how were you all kind of able to keep your focus with that and really stay with the plan?
I think honestly we got a great group of guys, man, who are mature and who wants to win. It was kind of magical, in my opinion, how the group just developed over the months and got better on and off the court.
Alrighty, Taylor Eldridge.
Yeah, Coach kind of said the scouting report on Drake is that their offense, they kind of play like a team from the American, aggressive, they can get to the rim, good shot makers. What do you see when you watch them on film? Do they kind of remind you, at least on offense, of a team from the American?
Yeah, absolutely. I just think they can score the ball really well. They play together. They play at two speeds. They can slow it down, and they can pick the speed up a little bit. I think our biggest thing is just getting clean rebounds. And just making it tough on them on each end of the floor.
Alrighty, Jacob Albrook.
Just call you Al, Alterique.
That's perfect.
When you guys hadn't lost in a long time before the Cincinnati game, as you've watched film now, what would you say can't happen in these tournament games if you guys want to keep winning? What did you take out of that? Hey, we can't do that again.
I would say like our energy and effort. I think our attitude changed a little bit, dipped a little bit going into the tournament, knowing we were the regular season champs. And we kind of took our foot off the gas. And in a way, that Cincinnati loss and even the South Florida game, I think the guys started to notice, like, we got to pick it up. Each team is around this time is coming to win each game, and each game is critical.
All right, yeah, probably got time for a couple more questions with Alterique, if anybody has any. All right, yep, Taylor's got one. Go ahead, Taylor.
And coach has mentioned their dribble drive offense. So, the point of attack defense is going to be big. What do you guys, as someone's probably going to be guarding, someone with the ball up top, what's the key in limiting that and containing their offense? Is that going to be kind of the key is, the guards up top?
Yeah, definitely. I think the biggest thing for us is with this game would be communication. They do like a lot of blur screens. They set a lot of screens as well. So, on that end of the court, we're going to definitely have to talk a lot and just be vocal to help the helper and get stops. And like I said, we're going to need like a lot of clean rebounds to get out in transition and play our game. So.
All right, I think that's about all we have time for with Alterique. So, Alterique, you're good to go.
Thank you.
And next up, I believe we will have Dexter Dennis. All righty, Dexter, you go and unmute yourself there.
Boom.
All righty, everybody. Let's get to go with Dexter Dennis. Jacob Albrecht, we'll start with you.
Hey, Dex, thanks for the time. Is this everything you dreamed of? First time for you? What's it been like so far? I know it's a little different than maybe you'd imagined, but does it feel real at this point?
Yes, sir, it does. I've been waiting on this moment for 3 years, so to finally get here is it's everything. But we're still trying to survive and advance.
Chris Foley?
Yeah, can you just describe what it's been like just having to be quarantined and stuff, and like kind of kept this to yourselves to start up this whole process out?
It's kind of normal now. We've been pretty much doing it this whole year. Just it's kind of like rules and protocols you have to follow. So we pretty much knew once we landed, we had to quarantine for a little bit, test negative a few times, and it's pretty much nothing new. We've been pretty much going through it the whole year. It's just a little bit different, a little bit bigger on the stage because it's the NCAA tournament.
Alrighty, Shakira.
Yo, Dex, Coach talked earlier about you guys going from being excited to be there, now transitioning on being excited to win. Can you walk us through the process of like what the energy has been like for the team?
It feels like a new season almost. It's like another chance, you know what I'm saying? It just makes you forget about everything that happened in the past, but now it's trying to focus on just winning ball games right now, doing anything to just survive and keep playing.
All right, Gary.
Dexter, I mean, given this program's history and everything, I mean, where you all have been there, how much more does this one mean in your view? And you were talking about this being your first time, but how much does it mean for the program, the way that the season evolved?
I think it means a lot. I think it'll cap off a great story. Speaking of everything that went on earlier this year and during the year, a lot of cancellation of games. Just fighting adversity all year, I think it'll just put the cap on a great story with a great group of people, a great group of coaches, players, staff, trainers, everybody. It'll mean that much more to us.
All right, Taylor Eldridge.
You watched film on number 4, Hemphill. It sounds like he's going to be coming back. What do you see? What does he add to their offense, and what makes him so good?
I mean, he was pretty much all-conference guard for them. They're not like your usual Missouri Valley team. They like to drive. There's a lot of stuff off the bounce. So we definitely wanted to push back and guard, but it's just another weapon that they've added that we're going to have to deal with in some way. But he has a lot to the team, a lot more firepower. So, like I said, we definitely going to have to guard for sure.
All righty, Jacob.
It's always about play angry with the Shockers. You guys now as a team in one of the first 4 games have a chance to prove people wrong. Are you relishing in that? Do you welcome that? Is that something you guys enjoy?
Most definitely. I'm really not too concerned about anything, what's going on outside noise. I'm just excited to still be playing with this first 4-play game. It doesn't really matter to me. I'm just excited we're playing. I'm glad some of my teammates get to experience this since they're seniors. So I'm just really excited to play. I'm not really worried about anything else.
All righty, Shakira.
It's been kind of like a battle this entire season of winning games of 5 points or less. How much of an advantage is that for you guys heading into tomorrow's game?
I think it's kind of like I ain't gonna say a big advantage, but I can say we've been in those situations a lot this year. And just so happened the last one didn't go our way, but we've been in a lot of games where it's been really, really tight. We have to make plays down the end. So I think if that was to happen, I think we would be more accustomed to it. Wouldn't really be a lot of panic or anything, but whatever happens, is as long as we win, I don't really care.
All right, Taylor, one last question for Dexter.
Yeah, real quick. Your teammates have kind of talked about the blur screens, the ghost screens. What's the key in guarding that? What's that going to take on the defensive end for you guys?
Guarding that takes a lot of communication, because a lot of times it could depend on so much. It could depend on if they're actually setting the screen, if they're not setting the screen, if they're just ghosting it, like you said. But usually the guy, the dude that's coming set the ghost screen, it depends on his communication and the guy who's guarding the ball. If he kind of opens his hips, then the ball handler is probably going to get downhill. But if he just stays square until he at least get hit by a screen, it's probably going to be something different. But it takes a lot of communication and a lot of toughness, honestly.
All righty, that's all the time we have with Dexter. Thanks, Dexter.
Yeah, boom, we're out. Christmas past, guys. I'm sorry.
Then next up will be Morris Udeze. All righty, Morris, whenever you're ready, you can unmute yourself and we'll take questions for Morris.
Hello.
All righty, let's start with Jacob with KWCH.
Mo, we've kind of been asking everybody about how it feels, the energy. What's this experience so far been like for you?
Amazing. Like words can't explain, just to be with my guys and experience this moment. It's actually my first time in 3 years I've been here, so I'm just trying to savor the moment.
Jacob, you got another one?
Yeah, Coach said Poor Bear's finally looking healthy and looking like he's going to be able to play. What does that do for you to know that depth is there? Does that allow you to be more aggressive or anything like that?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm still gonna play the same way, aggressive, hard, but just know I have somebody to come back me up. Anytime I'm tired or anytime I'm the stuff's not flowing, it's good. It's always good to have in mind. So very good addition.
All righty. Any other questions for Morris? Already up, Taylor. Taylor, did you got one? Go ahead.
Yeah, what has kind of the bubble life been? The last 2 days since you got there. What's that kind of been like? Kind of being isolated.
Same old stuff been going on the whole year. Isolation. I mean, nothing really new to us. See people complain about the food and stuff. It's funny to me. But like, yeah, it's just same old quarantine. So kind of used to it.
All righty, Jacob.
How important, Mo, do you think it is for you to get going early in a game? The offense seems to flow better when you're kind of going a little bit. What can we expect from you and just down low in general as we get into this Drake game?
I feel like it's important as a team. Start inside out. Once I start inside, then I get the shooters around me going. Tyson, Dexter, Trey, Alterique, get them going after. So it's just good to start inside out. I mean, it don't matter, but I mean, I'm just gonna try and get going, play my same game, play hard, and just do whatever it takes to win.
All righty. Questions from Morris? Any other questions from Morris? Udeze? All right. Yep, Jacob. Go ahead.
I'll get you one more, Mo, here. How excited are you guys to shock the world? It's a play-in game. People are filling out their brackets. How far should we be taking the Shockers?
Deep, very deep. I feel like we're very slept on. We got enough talent to be anybody, any day. And I feel like we're gonna bust a lot of brackets. So we're gonna keep going, keep playing hard, play for one another, and we're gonna see where it takes us.
All righty. All righty. Thanks, Morris.
Yeah.
Then we will have Trey Wade coming up at approximately 11:50 Central, and then close it out with Ricky Council. All righty, Trey. Whenever you can go ahead and unmute yourself whenever you're ready, and then hang on. Hey, Trey, keep going. There we go. All righty, good deal. All right, everybody, with us is Trey Wade. So we'll go ahead and take questions for Trey. Let's start with Shakira.
Hey, Trey, Coach told us that Isaiah Porter was going to be coming back. Just walk us through on how much that helps you guys, especially you with not having to so much worry about the five.
Right. Bringing Isaiah back is just, it gives that defense a different look. Obviously, having that spot at the 5-man is make it easier on Morris. We have more depth, and it's gonna help us in the end, I think. So, it's good to have him back.
All right, Chris.
Yeah, Trey, can you just talk a little bit about just the experience of being at the tournament and everything bubbled and you guys kind of sequestered so far?
We're just trying to kind of going through the motions right now. Obviously, we're ready to play. With the opportunity to advance. I mean, that's all we're really looking for. We're not really worried about everything else. So, we just focusing on the game.
Questions for Trey Wade? Yep, Jacob, you got one? Go ahead.
Yeah, Trey, this got to be the reason you came to Wichita State. You chose Wichita State. Didn't get the chance last year, but you do this year. Just personally for you, what does this opportunity mean?
It's a big opportunity. For me individually, as a team, we get to showcase what we've been working on all year, who we've been all year at the biggest stage. So, we're just looking out to come win and advance. I mean, that's not much to
it. Alrighty. Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, and you guys have had a few more days to kind of look at Drake and everything now. Just what stands out to you about them as now that you guys are just a day away from playing them?
They got some guys. They got some guys who can play off the dribble. You know, they play at a good pace. They share the ball real well. So, you know, that's things that we're looking into. And, you know, we just trying to key in on them. I think our defense and aggressiveness, and it's going to play a huge role in, you know, the motions of the game. But I think, you know, of course, you know, we have enough to get it done. So.
All righty, Shakira.
Coach told us earlier that you guys were excited to be there. Now you guys are transitioning mentally about getting excited to win. Can you walk us through what the leadership has been like with the limited practice and group meetings?
Just high energy, man. Everybody's eager to get on the court. Everybody's eager to play. You know, we went out to Purdue yesterday in practice. That was exciting. So, you know, we just everybody high energy, everybody thinking positive vibes, and you know, we just eager to get out there and play, get it going.
All right. Any more questions for Trey? All righty. Thanks, Trey.
No problem.
And rounding everything out will be Ricky Council. There's Brian.
Yeah, I'm not Ricky Council. Actually, we're going to scratch Ricky. He got hung up and couldn't make his time slot. So rather than hang around, I hopefully got you enough guys, and we'll see if we can, you know, if given the opportunity, maybe cycle them back through next time.
Brian, do you know if, assuming a win, would they be available, obviously post game, but then again on Friday to look ahead to Saturday, or is it just the post game?
I believe we are required to do one on Friday if we win. Same with Drake. So whichever team advances would do a Friday preview of the USC game, and then same routine for anybody that advances to the second round. There's a required off-day press conference with at least one coach and one player. We'll load these up in the digital media hub. We've got our camera and mic with us, so you guys give me a little bit of time to get that